Hi, and welcome back to the Herbalife 24 Sports Nutrition Training Session. I'm Dr. Dana Ryan, and this is part 2 of our 4-part series on sports nutrition, Herbalife 24, and anything about living a healthy, active lifestyle. So in section 1, we talked about the basics of good quality nutrition, and we really spent a lot of time connecting the average person and challenging the average person to think of themselves as an athlete. So even if you're not an elite level athlete, if you're just out there getting your heart rate up and you're sweating, no matter what the means are, running, swimming, dancing, whatever you love to do, thinking of yourself as an athlete is a great way to connect yourself to the principles of sports nutrition. So that was the focus of part 1. Now for the rest of the series, we're really going to talk about how do you structure your day around physical activity. And no matter who you are, no matter what level athlete you are, it's very, very important that you start every single day with a good quality breakfast. Now, I know you guys all know and love the regular Formula 1, 9 grams of protein, 9 grams of soy protein. And I think something about soy that's very, very important to remember is if we go back to section 1, we talked about those essential amino acids. So hopefully you remember there's 9 essential amino acids. Those are the ones that you have to consume through food every day. And soy is actually the only plant that is what we call a complete protein that has all 9 of those essential amino acids. So even if you're a vegetarian, soy protein is going to be a great option. So Formula 1, great option for anyone for breakfast. However, it's not the only option. So you can also use Formula 1 Sport. I get lots of questions about Formula 1 Sport. A lot of times people think because it's part of the Herbalife 24 line that maybe it's not for them, maybe it's gonna make them fat, maybe it's not appropriate if they're not exercising. And the reality is that it is actually great for anyone every day. And if we look at a side by side, I think you'll be really surprised to see that virtually we're looking at the same nutrient components. So we have 9 grams of protein, 90 calories per serving. The real difference between the two is that Formula 1 Sport is a dairy-based protein. When we get to section 4 and we talk about post-workout nutrition, we'll talk about why a lot of athletes prefer a dairy-based protein. But the reality is day to day, you can go back and forth. You can have your regular Formula 1 Sport, whatever you're feeling like for that day. The most important thing is that you have a good quality breakfast every day. So someone told me once, if you make a good choice for breakfast, it's a lot easier to make good choices throughout the rest of the day, right? Rather than waking up, having a terrible breakfast and saying, oh, I already screwed it up for breakfast that morning, I'm not gonna worry about the rest of the day. Get up, start your day with a good quality breakfast, Formula 1 Sport, and you'll be off to a great start. So once you've had your good quality breakfast, once you've started your day on a good foot, we want to think about how to prepare the body to be ready to exercise, because being an athlete is a lifestyle. It's not just having one shake here or there and thinking that that's going to be enough. It's really about structuring your day around the workouts and the active lifestyle that you're going to be living. So when you think about pre-workout nutrition, your body has a few goals. And these are probably things that you think about before you go work out. But when we take our pre-workout supplements, these are some of the goals that the body is trying to achieve. So we want to make sure that we top off our glycogen stores. In the next section, we're going to talk more about carbohydrates, but it's really important kind of thinking about your body as a car. Right? You want to make sure that your gas tank is full before you exercise, and that's going to come from having good quality carbohydrates. You also want to make sure that you're hydrated. So this is something that's really going to help you maximize every single workout. You want to enhance healthy blood flow. We're going to spend some quality time talking about that in this section. So when we're talking about pre-workout nutrition, there's a lot of ingredients that can help you accomplish your goals. So caffeine being one. Caffeine, while it doesn't give you energy, it gives you that sensation of a boost, right? So we have plenty of options at Herbalife Nutrition to give you that caffeine. So whether it's liftoff, whether it's energy, there's gonna be several options. And I would say about 15 to 45 minutes before you start training, that's when you're really gonna wanna have caffeine. It's gonna give you that boost to help you get ready and be prepared for your workout. The other thing that you can do to get ready is to help enhance your blood flow. So we have a couple products that can do that, and while the name might surprise you, you can actually use Nightworks as a pre-workout. So I know the name suggests that you use it at night, but really what Nightworks does is it helps enhance healthy blood flow out to your working muscles. So it's a little bit tricky, but the way that it works is basically Nightworks has what we call nitric oxide precursors. And when you consume these, what this does is it increases the nitric oxide production in your body. Why that matters is that we have blood vessels. So our blood vessels are going to be a certain size, blood obviously flows through them, but when you consume nitric oxide precursors, you enhance nitric oxide production, those blood vessels actually dilate. And what that does is it allows more blood to get through the blood vessels and get out to your working muscles. And why that's really important is that the blood is carrying oxygen, and that oxygen is really important for energy production. So as you're starting into your workout, you want to get as much healthy oxygen out to those muscles so that your body can be ready to go. So Nightworks is a great option as a pre-workout. And then the other option, of course, is Herbalife 24 Prepare. So Prepare's got a combination of a couple things that we already talked about. So that caffeine for that focus and that boost. It's got nitric oxide precursors that are gonna help with that healthy blood flow. And it's also got creatine. So again, I would say 15, 30 minutes or so before your workout, Prepare is gonna be a great option to get your body ready to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed section 2 of our 4-part sports nutrition training. So far we've covered the basics, we've covered pre-workout nutrition, and the next section we'll talk about how do you fuel your body through your training.